with Shahid. In last video, we are discussing about the SQL security framework. So, like we will be having Windows level, SQL Server level, and database level. In Windows level, we'll be having individual login, and also we have group login, and also domain login. I will be discussing this in level 2. Okay, whenever the AD Active Directory topic comes, and we have SQL Server level. Fixed server role means this server SQL Server login essay with how to authenticate SQL login I will be discussing in today's class. Here we have database level login also. Without entering to the Windows, without entering into the SQL Server, we can enter to the database level as well. We will know has that content database. Okay, so I'll be discussing that in my future classes. So we have discussed this thing like Windows level login. Now we'll be discussing about SQL Server authentication. Okay, so if I go here to SQL Server Management Studio, if I right click, if I go to properties of the instance, if you click on security, then I will see here Windows authentication mode. Okay, now this SQL Server instance is running on Windows authentication mode. I can change this to SQL Server and Windows authentication mode. Means it is mixed authentication. So if I click on this and click OK, then it will prompt me to restart the server, restart the SQL services. Okay. So I have here MS SQL the server 01. So if I go to this configuration manager, it is 2016. Okay, configuration manager. Yeah, this one I will open. So I will click on this and had to restart the services once here. SQL Server 01 MS SQL SQL Server here. Yeah, this one I will restart. After restarting the SQL Server, then only whatever the changes it will impact. Okay, so I had to must and should. Also it was prompting me to restart the server. So if you observe now, if I will refresh, okay, now SQL services are running. Here I have now entered to the Windows login. Okay, so SQL Server, if I click connect here, if I see here, we have authentication type Windows authentication. So if I click on Windows authentication, it will show here my computer name slash Shahid. So if I click on SSA, it will ask me to log in with username and password. Okay, here login name it is asking, password it is asking. So what should I do means just I can create. Okay, here I will go to create a security login. Okay, right click new login. So here you are seeing right SQL authentication. Also as I change now here in properties you can check now security. Now it is in mixed mode authentication. So new login I can give it as something like Ramesh login I am creating. Here I can give some password. Here I am not enforcing password. Okay, enforce policy means and also I am not enforcing any password expiration. Password should not expire. Okay, also I am not enforcing this user must change password at next login. Okay, user will connect first. Okay, then it will prompt to change the password. Okay, like whatever I have given you can change the password again. So I'm not giving anything. Also this enforce password policy means this character can be like 8 characters, 16 characters. It should be minimum 8 characters or else 12 characters, 16 character. So like that, and uppercase, lowercase, like that you will be knowing. If I want also this one thing you have to note down. If you want to change any like here characters, you can extend, okay, minimum up to 16 characters. So here we can go to secpol.msc, okay. If you click on secpol.msc, it should be from Windows level, not SQL Server level. We don't have that authority. Windows team, we can ask Windows team to change. Okay. If I go to account policy, password policy is here. See, like minimum length of password is there. No, it is 8 character. It should be minimum this 8 character. It can go up to above 8 character. Okay, minimum it should be. Okay. So I can change here, like setting. Scroll this up down, up down. Okay, how much it want, how much we want, we can. So yeah, this is the security policy, local security policy. We can do change like this length and everything as you want. So we can't do from SQL server level. We have to do from Windows authentication level. So hope you might have understood. So here I will click OK as Ramesh. Okay. So Ramesh account has been created. If you check here, if I do connect, so which is Windows authentication and which is SA, how we can know? You might be having that doubt also. So also Windows authentication means I have to log out to from this system. Again we can log into the we have to log in with this Suresh yesterday I have created one. See here, Suresh has to log in again, okay, with his Windows login account. So, or else we can switch user as well. So one more way I showed you, like yesterday also, again I will be showing you. This is for Windows authentication. Run as administrator means right click and shift, you have to click shift and right click, and then you have to run as different user. I will log in with Suresh user without logging to the Windows. I can means it can, we can say as worker on this one, okay. Suresh here. So I am logging with Suresh account now. So it is also Windows login type, okay. It is known as workaround, as I said. So see here, Windows, if I click on Windows authentication, here we have desktop Suresh, we can connect Suresh account. I have created one Windows log, I have mapped, okay, I have mapped to that instance, okay, Suresh login from Windows. So like that we can connect. So here I have this Ramesh account now. We no need to log in from Windows, okay. This is directly SQL authentication. We are skipping Windows authentication. So as now we can connect with SQL authentication. We have two types of authentication. One is Windows authentication and second one is SQL Server. I am clicking on SQL Server authentication now. I will be means Ramesh login name and password whatever I have given, I am submitting here. I will click on connect now. Okay, not trusted. I have to go to option here, click this checkbox this, and then if I connect again we are getting. So what is the issue means just a minute. I'll check the password once again here. Password might be wrong. Yeah, now the Ramesh account, Ramesh SQL authentication has been connected. Okay, this is how do you come to know means here before my username Shahid. Here it is my computer name. Here Ramesh, we don't see any computer name. Okay, so by this way we can identify which is Windows authentication and which is SQL authentication. So now we have entered to the instance, okay, SQL Server instance. Also we have only authenticated here. We have means we have not authorized anything to Ramesh. So Ramesh can enter to the server, okay, and connect to Ramesh can connect to the SQL Server instance. But he doesn't have permissions. Okay, he just can enter to my home. Okay, like he can't use the things authorization. He doesn't have any authorization. Okay, so I hope you understood my example. So here he can't do anything. He can't create new database also. Okay, I will be db2. He can't create anything here. He doesn't have any permissions. Okay, so he doesn't have any authorization. So also if I want to create login, SL login with another user, I can with command. Okay, I can do that. I can create means had to take new query. I'm showing through command as well for creating the login. Right click new query, and you have to create a login. Login name you have to mention. Login Suresh name is Suresh is there, Ramesh is there. I can give something like Archib I will create. Okay, Archib with password equal to this should be 8 character, minimum 8 character. I will give April. Okay, April @1234 Okay. Commands has been now completed. If you go and check here in logins, if I refresh, you will see Archib login here. Okay, so through command you can create login like this. Okay, so I will now connect again to SQL authentication. Yes, sir. Then I can give AQIB, and then I will give April @1234 So I can connect now here. See, it's connected. It is very easy right now, guys, like using this command. So if I want to create for Windows means, as I shown in my last class, create login. Login name like Suresh I have created, right? Suresh from Windows. Okay, Windows there is a login, then from Windows you have to mention. Okay, you want to create this SQL authentication means you have to give it password. Okay, that's it. So this is Windows authentication and this is SQL authentication. So we are skipping this Windows authentication directly. We can enter to the instance with SQL authentication. Also you might be having this doubt how to connect without Windows and all. There is application they can connect from application as well. So in application they want to fetch the data from the database, they can connect through this SQL authentication as well. That is also an option. Okay, so application guys will connect to this instance and play with data whatever they want. And also now I have created logins to Ramesh and Akib. So what I can do, like now I have given authentication, I have not given authorization. So here if I go to right click properties, here server roles, we are having here 8 types of server roles. Okay, public is also one server role only, but you can't say public as means it is general. Everything public means just we can enter to the this SQL server. And also what is public, I will let you know. So there is a formula here for this server roles: bulk admin, DB creator, disk admin, process admin, and security admin, server admin, setup admin, sysadmin. These are the 8 types of SQL Server roles. This is an interview question as well. If anyone asks, you have to tell this, and you can remember this formula as well. Okay. Formula means bulk admin means B. Here DB creator. Okay, DB creator means DB creator and disk admin. Okay, D square, BD square to the power 2. the power to BD square P means process admin, okay, P S to the power 4, okay, setup admin, security admin, server admin, and sysadmin. See how I said, because I have practice, I have actually mug up this formula, okay. There are 8 types of server role. So you can say this in interview and you can remember this formula as well. Okay, in school days you were in school days or college days you were remembering some formulas to write in exam, right? Same thing you have to remember this and fix in your minds so that it will be easy for you guys. Have bulk admin, DB creator, disk admin, process admin. Public, like we can give some shutdown permission and securables, like we can give also securables. There are a lot of things, okay, in public also. So we have security admin, server admin, setup admin, and sysadmin. You have to mention this 4. It is a very important thing to know. And yeah, what is this bulk admin, DB creator, disk admin, and process admin, and security, server, setup, and sysadmin? I will be later know. And sysadmin, okay. I am using here whatever I am creating. I am playing with the database, creating login and creating the databases and all, right. So I have, if I go to my login only, right click properties, server roles, I have sysadmin, okay. And at the time of installation of SQL Server, add user, there was option, now I have added, then we will be having, I will be having highest privileges, okay, that is sysadmin. I can do anything in SQL Server, okay, that is highest privilege in SQL Server. And also, if someone has sysadmin, don't give easily, you have to ask for justification, and also you have to get email from application owner and manager, who are the responsible person. From them you have to get approvals, and then you have to give the sysadmin, because if you give sysadmin directly, then this person or user will cause any damage to the server, then it would be a problem. So you should not give sysadmin. You have to take the justification, and also there will be a template in many environments. So for those justification, okay, you can send email, you can mention the conditions, and yeah, you can work like that. So I'll be discussing in depth about this all server roles. You have to wait for my next video. So that's all for today's class. We'll be discussing these things in next class. Thank you guys for your time and patience. If you like this video, please share and subscribe to my channel. Bye, take care.